we begin story 18 today, I have come up with some information about the app named Mamta app. This app is developed to sell the worn old clothes. You may be wondering why to sell the worn old clothes? Well, it is related to our future on planet Earth or sustainability. If you are not aware, textile industry is one of the main industries to emit greenhouse gases which cause global warming. So we should use the textile products to full utility for our and coming generations' better future. Mamta app is here to meet our common goal of sustainability. This app is home for everyone in Nepal for free. It has come up with the provision to hide the identity of sellers and buyers both. Also, showcasing the products looks professional, like you have your very own business app. Second important feature of this app is primarily aimed to help moms or mom or anyone else really can ask pediatric non-emergency issues through Ask an Expert section. A pediatric doctor will answer your queries, especially moms from remote areas may not have direct access to pediatric doctor or a mom who cannot visit the doctor personally for general queries. In that case too, this feature seems very useful. The app is available for both Android and iOS devices. The link to download the app is in the description box of this video. Now let's begin the story. Things are not always what they seem. 2. I sat on a chair staring at my fingers, fumbling with them, sweating nervously. Are you okay, Aditi? Dad asked as he put his hand on my shoulder. Yeah, I'm fine, I said in a nervous tone. It's going to be okay. I won't let this guy get away for all this. You don't have to worry. Dad gave me a comforting smile and I looked up at him and smiled back. I know it will, I said. So that's what's happening, huh? The senior police officer said after he listened to our explanation. We were standing in the Cyber Bureau office of Nepal Police and the guy who was speaking to us was a senior police officer. We were with Ankit and his parents. Dad had contacted them and asked them to join us to report the police about this Facebook fakery. Needless to say, Ankit's parents were shocked to hear all this had happened without their knowledge. They were fuming with rage that their son's photos had been stolen to do something as sick and twisted as this. Ankit and I were just looking at each other awkwardly. After all, meeting a person for the first time at a police station isn't ideal. I demand you do something about this immediately, officer, Mrs. Thapa lamented angrily. Don't worry, Mrs. Thapa, we will. To take any strict action, we need evidence of this person involved in any crime except creating this fake Facebook account. But Mr. Sharma has been my friend for years, so I decided to do something that is within my capacity. He turned to Dad. After all, you've helped us a lot in the past, Mr. Sharma, in rescue and recovery of trafficked children and women. Do you know how many innocent lives we have saved together? So it's time we do something for you and your family also. We'll be investigating this thoroughly, said the officer with a firm nod. Then the investigation began. The police proceeded with the cyber investigation and tracked Deepak's IP address and his location from where he was operating the fake account. The police found out that he was operating the account from a multi-story apartment located in Lalitpur, Nepal. One junior officer and one constable reached the apartment as a part of a preliminary investigation. We've got a report of suspicious activity by one of the residents of this building. Could you help us? The junior officer asked the security guard. Definitely, sir, but how can I help you? The guard asked. First of all, is here somebody named Deepak Thakuri? We don't know much about him. Can you go through your file record? No need to go through that, sir. I know him very well. He stays on the 16th story alone. He often stays out and shows up here in some weeks gap, and this morning also he has gone out for some days. Do you have anything like a photo or something like that through which we can know how he looks like? The constable asked. Actually, I can't remember anything like that, sir, but we have CCTV and it can be accessed by approval of the security in charge. But he's not here right now. But, oh wait! Sir, I remember, I had taken a selfie with this man, he said as he suddenly reminisced. To say the truth, I do that with everyone, as I have known the people who live here from a long time. Deepak was reluctant to take the selfie, but he agreed as long as I agreed not to post it anywhere. Here, I'll show you, sir. The security guard whipped out his phone and scrolled around it for about half a minute and showed the selfie to the police. There was the guard with a wide smile on his face and another man with a smile that looked more like a grimace. The junior officer hummed as he observed the photo. "Could you copy this picture for us?" he asked. "Of course, sir. Thank you for your cooperation. We may have to come here again. Don't let this Deepak guy know that we were here, okay?" The guard nodded and the policeman thanked him and returned to the station. "Sir, we found something," said the junior police officer. The police tallied Deepak's photo in their database. They hadn't expected to find anything, but unfortunately they had. Deepak, 48, has been wanted of Nepal police for years for identity fraud and human trafficking, particularly children and women, and he was connected with an international nexus of human trafficking. Many efforts to catch him have been futile. Read the senior officer aloud. "This guy is much more dangerous than we thought at first," he said, rubbing his chin thoughtfully. The senior police officer himself had come to my house, accompanied by fellow policemen, to tell us all this. I was so shocked hearing this that I started to feel dizzy. This guy, who I had assumed was a teenager like me, turned out to be older than my father. Not only was he catfishing me, he turned out to be a wanted criminal for human trafficking, that also for organ transplant, and I was sick to my stomach. The fact that such a person was talking to me sent shivers down my spine. We have found out that he'll be returning to his apartment soon, so we'll be monitoring it closely, and the moment he returns, we'll arrest him, the officer said. And that's exactly what happened. He was charged for multiple crimes he committed throughout his life. So that's the end of this story, guys. What do you think of this story? Write down in the comment section. But before you do that, I have to tell you the takeaway, right? The takeaway is that in a situation like this, as long as we work together, we can solve any problem easily. So that's the main takeaway of this story. See you next time, guys. Bye.